and it's going to be legendary.
James Pledger wraps your day with insight, opinion, plenty of sarcasm, and of course, your calls. He'll even pour a beer out the door for his favorite story of the day. This is Extra Innings with Pledger. Now, here's Pledge.
Welcome into Extra Innings with Pledger here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I am James Pledger. Thank you for joining me, however you may be joining me, whether that's 94.1 on your FM dial, if you happen to be locked in and listening live at sasportstar.com via our AA Best Bail Bonds audio player, or if you're watching live on YouTube, we stream all of our shows on YouTube. Just go there, search SA Sports Star. You can like, subscribe, comment along with the show as it happens, and that's all of our shows, whether it's here on Extra Innings with Pledger, the Morning Huddle with Rob and AJ from 6 to 10, or the Blitz from 2 to 6 with Jason and Joe. Always fun interacting with y'all there, or like today has been, the phone lines have been busy, and if you want to keep burning them up on Wemby, 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Love to have y'all be a part of the conversation, but we start off before we get into what Wemby said post-game with what Wemby did on the court during the game, as they just put a laydown on the Miami Heat in Miami. And it's incredible because I saw it, and Wemby talked about just how physical Miami is and tough on the boards, and out-rebounding them 62-38 last night was just impressive.
Yeah, that's significant. We are a good offensive team, half court, off court. So it's going to be very hard to lose games if we win the opportunity battle like that. It was big time. I think really, I don't know how many players played for us tonight. 12? I don't know. But everybody was on point. And I think they had one offensive rebound in the first half. That means something. It's really something that can take us to the next level, and I think for the playoffs too.
And he's right. You win the battle on the boards and you control those. A lot of the times you're going to control the game. And one thing they did do last night was they won the Southwest Division title, which is the first time they've done that since 2016-2017. So this is, while second seed, race for the 1 seed, NBA championships, MVPs, all these things run through our head. The Spurs are a goal-oriented team, and there are steps on the way to achieving goals a lot of the times. This was one of those steps, and, you know, a lot of people were talking about the Southwest Division title, including Mitch Johnson, when he was asked what winning this means for this team in particular.
I think it'll probably mean a lot of different things for different people. I think for myself, it just means that we're heading in the right direction, and hopefully the organization feels good about the commitment that we've made this year of trying to do things the right way and not skip steps, and been able to see some return of that investment. And I think we feel like our community, our city, and our fans deserve a competitive team. And so to be able to say that we are back being competitive and that's what we want to continue to do, that feels good for me, from my perspective, because I've been here when we haven't been as competitive and we haven't been fighting for division championships, let alone whatever is out there in that vicinity.
Very, very soon, that vicinity, because that is the next step on a steps and goal-oriented team. And we all know, and they told us multiple times today, they don't skip steps last night. They're still, whether it was Harper, whether it was Mitch, whether it was Wemby, they all talked about not skipping steps. But Wemby also gave his thoughts on winning the Southwest Division title.
It is significant for multiple reasons. First of all, looking at us, obvious great progression. And throughout 70 games at least. And now we got 10 more, maybe. So just need to finish the right way. And it also means something because our division. So it's Houston, Dallas, and Memphis in our division, right? Pelicans, right? I forgot Pelicans. Houston was a top seed, has been a top seed. So it is significant looking at the big picture to win the division.
It is significant. And this is a team that I think has taken a lot of steps forward this year from where they've been the last 2 years. They've played together. They've made strides. And earlier this morning on the Morning Huddle, Rob and AJ talking about some of those strides they made as you witness them just lay yet another very impressive performance down on the court.
The Spurs? Yeah. How about those Spurs?
Show me something to entertain me. Your perfection is growing tiresome.
Is it the Miami Heat is now a poverty franchise?
That was just poverty. The Spurs just rolled out and kicked ass. That was not even a competition. Well, it really wasn't.
That's most of their games aren't.
That's what I'm saying. It's getting
boring.
It's either an absolute ass whipping like it was last night, or it's a blood and guts to the end foul fest. That's about where we live in this world now. The teams that are going to truly compete till the end, and those that are kind of resigned to their future. And I thought Miami was competing till the end.
I'm ready to just get to the playoffs. This is nonsense what we're dealing with here.
This is such an RPP. It was just another game. And I said yesterday that Wemby will average 32. Let's up that. I think he's going to be I'm not kidding. I think 35 a game is a legitimate expectation for next year.
Okay. He had 26 last night on 11 of 22 shooting. 15 boards and 4 assists to go with 5 blocks. Just 5. No big deal.
Day at the office.
No big deal. Yeah, the reason why I think it's the 35 is unreasonable is because part of his 11 of 22 was 1 of 7 from 3, which continues to be what he just
I think that's going to
back on.
I think that will continue to improve, but I think the shot selection will be closer and closer to the rim as this offense refines itself and we find other. But he's always going to take threes because it's an absolute necessity. Because when he takes those threes, it opens the lane for slashers to get down there. So some of this is, you make it or not. You still have to be a threat so it's respected every time you pull up because that way the ball fake and the cut to the rim is always going to be there. Double teams have so much further to go or come from once you have the ball. So it's just a necessary part of this offense. I think that's going to change. I think the threat from the outside is going to kind of slowly change to somebody more appropriate to consistently being out there.
He should not lead the team in 3-point attempts.
No, but he should probably be in the top 2 or 3 just because of the necessity of the part of the offense that involves pulling the big man out, forcing the lane to stay open, and letting guys like Steph and
he's 7 foot a million. Why is he got to pull anybody out? Just go in there and lay it up.
Well, there's also the wear and tear on his body that they're trying to pay attention to. There's all these little nuances that lead to taking too many threes, and it's the little things like, man, don't stay in the paint all day long because you spend half the time on the ground and you're always getting knocked down. So there's a lot of that plays into it, and part of this offense is take those threes, because that allows so many other things to happen for your other guys.
Yeah. Dylan Harper continues to be a problem.
Oh, man.
21 points in 25 minutes yesterday, 9 of 14 shooting for him to go along with 6 assists, 4 rebounds. Hell of a day for Dylan. A lot of rookies will kind of hit thetheir wall at this time of year because they're not.
He's got a lot of minutes that he has not played.
There's a lot of time that you get used to playing. Okay, this is a long season. College basketball is a long season. It's nothing like the NBA.
This is a new world. Yeah, and it's these kind of road trips. When I saw there was a point, I guess it was in the second quarter, ball hits the ground. Steph Castle is on the ground as quick as the ball is on the
ground. Coming off injury, no big deal.
Rolling around on the ground, grabbing a loose ball and kicking it out of there on a Monday night
in a game they're winning by 15 points.
In a game they're way up on. And you see that and you go, those are the kind of things that you need to kind of bookmark. And when you're in the playoffs and go, you know what, I've seen this before. I've seen this. And it was on a night that wasn't nearly as intense. So it's those little things that are starting to add up to, oh my goodness, the whispers might become actual public conversation. Like, is this team worthy of consideration of how worried should OKC be?
I mean,
not that they're going to beat them, but how worried should OKC be? And I think that's the next conversation.
Maybe so. And I've kind of said I'm not going to go there yet. I hope I'm wrong, but
it's just you want to be. You want it because you've seen it so many times.
It's getting hard to deny. I mean,
but I'm not there yet either. But when you see those little hustle plays on where he didn't have to hit the ground, I mean, he might have gotten the ball anyway. But when Steph is hitting the ground like that, it's just one of those infectious things that it just. I'm just astounded by this youthful exuberance that's combined with a new kind of confidence. Like no matter what you do, we're going to beat you.
Yeah. I mean, of course, Oklahoma City also got a 20-point
win
last night. I mean, they're still doing what they're doing.
And we're being a little myopic because we're focused solely. The rest of the country sees Oklahoma City doing what they're doing, too. And I think they're looking at two heavyweights that are headed toward each other. And I just hope that it actually happens.
We all hope that it actually happens because that's what we all want to see. And no matter who ends up winning the MVP, whether that's Shea or Wemby, they're going to have to sit and watch that person accept that trophy if they meet up in the NBA Finals. So Victor was asked about being an MVP. Joe Reinagle from the Blitz, not a fan of how he responded to this line of questioning. We'll bring that for you coming up next here on Extra Innings with Pleasure on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
It's a hump day on the Morning Huddle, and it is opening day for Major League Baseball. We'll get the season started off right.
Rangers aren't in a pace to lose 100 games, but that's another story. The Spurs get back to business, and we still got some college basketball to play. Get here early. The party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hi, I'm Jason Thompson, and I've represented folks here in San Antonio injured by negligent drivers for more than 30 years. If you or a family member has been seriously injured, I want you to call me, Jason Thompson, at 210-900-0400. I've heard from many of my clients that after they were involved in a collision, they would get phone calls asking them to hire an attorney. This is highly irregular and probably illegal. Any attorney that is trying to contact you either directly or through a marketing company is not the kind of attorney that you should trust with such a serious matter. Quite frankly, it's creepy. If you call me, we will speak directly. If you hire me, it will be after you and I have talked. I will explain what I can do for you, and you can decide what you would like me to do next. The phone call and the consultation are free. Getting a smart result requires that you make smart decisions along the way. And that's my job, to help you and your family make smart decisions. And that's based on more than 30 years of experience. If you've been injured in an accident, call me, Jason Thompson, at 210-900-0400, or go to my website, alawyerforus.com.
The tournament is back. You know there's going to be upsets. You know there's going to be buzzer beaters. And I can tell you, Underdog is the best place to get in on all the action. Hi, Jason Minix here from The Blitz. On Underdog, you can make your picks and win money right now here in Texas. Love playing on Underdog because it's fun and it's easy. Because you pick whether your favorite players are going to go higher or lower on stats like points, rebounds, steals, and more. Get all your picks right, you can win up to 5,000 times your cash. So download the Underdog app today. Use my promo code STAR to score $50 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code STAR at Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-MY-RESET or visit ncpgambling.org.
My perfect day has sand, salt, water, and friends. But my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can take me out of the moment. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, most people saw 90% clearer skin, and many were even 100% plaque-free at 4 months. Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin. And that means everything.
Nothing is everything.
Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
On top of home and auto, Progressive protects your boat, RV, and motorcycle so you can explore the unknown.
Actually, we just take the RV to the same campground every year.
Well, maybe you can catch your own dinner on your boat.
Oh, we can actually get pizza delivered there from this brick oven place we love.
Will you at least try a new topping?
Honestly, probably not. We kind of have a go-to order.
Fine. Just bundle home or auto insurance with your outdoor vehicles with Progressive and stay protected when you go, I guess, where you've gone before. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations.
Why do you love Shriners Children's?
I love seeing all the opportunities she gets from being here. It's the look on her face the first time we walked in and she saw somebody else that looked like her.
They take good care of you.
It's just amazing because when I come here, I feel like I belong.
Shriners Children's provides specialized care and therapy that helps kids like me do what I love most.
At first, when the accident happened, we didn't think she was going to walk again, but when she came to Shriners, it gave us hope that, hey, Braylee's going to walk again.
This place is amazing, and I can't believe how much it's helped me through my hard times.
What I love about Shriners Children's is the mission. There's nowhere else in the world that I could provide the care that we provide for the patient and the family.
Thank you for helping us do what we love the most.
To learn more, visit loveshriners.org. Thank you.
San Antonio's Sports Star.
Welcome back into Extra Innings with Pledger here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I am James Pledger. Appreciate y'all rolling with me tonight. Fred Record saying he saw Spurs car flags, shirts for sale on Military. It's like old times all over again. And you're not right, because the vibes are very high right now. And the vibes with this team also are high because everyone's talking about Wemby and the MVP. As a matter of fact, he was asked about it last night and said wants to leave no room for debate.
I have thought about it. I think right now there is a debate, that should be, even though I think I should lead the race. And I'm trying to make sure that until the end of the season, there's no debate anymore.
Now, the interesting thing is when asked to give specific reasons why he should be the MVP, and he goes on to answer it very eloquently.
There's many reasons. But as I said, I think right now it is still reasonable that there is a debate. But as I said, I want to make sure, my goal is to make sure that there's no debate anymore at the end of the season. But so what? Maybe ask one precise question.
What would you say what are your three campaign speech items?
Three arguments? Yeah. My first one would be that defense is 50% of the game and that it is undervalued so far in the MVP race because I believe I'm the most impactful player defensively in the league. Second argument would be that we almost swept OKC in the season, and we dominated them 3 times with their real team and 4 times with the, more rotation players. And my third argument would be that offense impact is not just points.
Points aren't just impact. And he's right. He commands a lot of attention, which opens things up for a lot of other people. Assists, the pass that leads to the assists, et cetera, et cetera. He has a long-reaching impact on the game and on this team with just his presence on the court. But those comments sparked a firestorm earlier today on the Blitz. And if you haven't listened to it, go back and listen. It's on YouTube. But Joe Reinagle took a lot of umbrage with the way Wemby went about his MVP talk.
Welcome back to the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. And I know everybody's just all pissed off at me. I'm not sure why.
I'm going to answer a question for Wemby that he hasn't been asked yet.
Okay, what's that?
Hey, Wemby, man, how's that Southwest Division hat and T-shirt? I don't know. I left it in the box because that's not the one I'm going to wear all summer. Boom! You happy with that?
Is that what he said?
That's what he's going to say.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. It's what he should say. You know,
I'm just wondering.
Because we're spoiled in San Antonio. I remember when we wouldn't even go buy Western Conference Championship hats and T-shirts because we were saving it for the NBA.
Of course not.
Although it's been a while since we've had to purchase a division championship shirt. I wonder if they actually sell them in Academy.
Well, I don't know, but
Pledge, will you look online, Spurs.com, see if they have it available?
I wonder, will people buy those? Will you buy a Southwest Division title shirt?
Somebody would.
Or hat?
Fred Villarreal would on our YouTube page.
You think so?
He buys everything.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Very happy for the Spurs. Very happy for Victor Wembanyama. I'm not against the guy. I just want, I don't know. Yeah, maybe I'm old school. Maybe people think differently these days. I don't know. I want them laser focused on a championship. I don't give a damn about an MVP award.
Again, if he's asked, he answers, and that's the key. Did you have a problem with the way Wemby was seemingly campaigning last night? There's a poll question on our YouTube page. Should Wemby be campaigning for MVP? Right now, 72% say yes. 28% say no.
I'm surprised there's 28% that say no.
I mean, on Twitter, at Joe Reinagle 210, tweet at me at Jason Minix.
No T-shirts.
Oh.
Or 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Emiliano, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Cool. I don't think the Spurs have ever had a superstar like Wemby in the way that he is. A little arrogant. I love the guy, but he's not like Tim Duncan. He's not like Kawhi. Those guys were real quiet. So I don't think it's a bad thing. As long as this arrogance translates into playoff wins, I don't give it.
Well, I mean, you know, except for we do with the last part there.
And look, I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. Translate into wins, translate into championships. That's what and I know Wemby's a different cat. He's not a Tim Duncan. He's not David Robinson. He's not anybody else that you want to talk about, Kawhi Leonard or whoever. But I just think there are ways that to handle, and maybe the Spurs say, okay, go for it, and just say whatever you want.
I mean, to a degree, the Spurs have never had a superstar like Wemby because Tim was so unassuming. And didn't seek the spotlight. Tony Parker wanted it.
Sure.
But Tony Parker wasn't, while he was part of the big three, he'd be like the bass player, not the lead singer.
Right.
Now, there were some times where he was the lead singer, but he was always in the shadows of Tim Duncan. And that team and what they did was seemingly to the beat of Tim Duncan's drum, right?
Okay.
Because it was Tony Parker that said, man, if they were doing this in New York or L.A., they'd be rock stars. No, if Tim Duncan wanted that spotlight the way some of the other superstars wanted it, because Tim Duncan could have had the number of commercials that, say, a LeBron or a Kobe had. Tim didn't want that. Didn't crave that.
Nope.
So that kept the spotlight and the media attention down. Greg Popovich, to a degree, following Tim Duncan. Wemby is very, very different because Wemby likes going to the podium. He likes talking. He likes learning. He likes being in public. He likes taking photos.
Sure.
I saw a video last night of them leaving the arena and the amount of people in Miami lined up just to get a glimpse of him going to the bus. I mean, the Spurs haven't had that before. They really haven't. And a guy that would answer a question like that. And he was asked a question and answered it. If LeBron was asked and gave the same kind of answer, how would you react to it then? I mean, honestly, if Giannis was asked the same question and gave the same kind of answer, or SGA, he's ours, so we're going to defend him a little bit. But I always try to maintain, if you're asked a question and give a real answer, I can't be mad at you. You know, and I've said this before. You know, we get mad when we get cliche answers, and sometimes we get mad when we get real answers because you're going, well, you can't say that.
Well, look, it's not about that. What it tells me, though, is because I saw it as campaigning. Yes, and I know there's a comment on our on our YouTube page talking about sticking it to Oklahoma City. I'm fine with that. I don't care about that. I really don't. But what I do care about is that I want to know that Wemby cares. And Jason and I were talking about this, and there have been some times where he's looked at champions. I just want him focused on that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want him focused on a damn MVP award. So, Spurs fans, let me ask you a question. So, Spurs get knocked out in the first round of the playoffs, but Wemby wins MVP. Is that good enough? Is that okay? Is that all we want? We just want Wemby to get his award and the team not to get theirs? And that's what I'm talking about. I just think the focus should be, especially from the leader of your team, on the end goal, which is the championship, not an MVP award. That to me should be secondary to Wemby. And I wish it was. Obviously, it's not.
210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Eloy, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
What's up, gentlemen?
What's
Joe,
happening?
I am not mad at you for your opinion, man, but I think you guys hit the nail, right? We're thinking about Tim Duncan, Greg Popovich, Spurs. We'd never get that answer in that era. But I also think that era, as many championships they won, as successful as they were a little unselfish publicly, right? They never won back-to-back. They never called their shots. Wemby's a different beast. He's calling his shot. He wants it all. He wants the championship, the MVP, the Defensive Player of the Year award. He wants Chet Holmgren's firstborn child. He wants it all. And he's going to go after it. And here's my question for you guys. I hope you guys answer this. He's not going to win it, I don't think. My question is, we guys know he takes things personally. He does. He's taking it personally last year. This year, he looks at Holmgren and just attacks him. If SGA wins the MVP and they do meet in the playoffs, how personally is he going to take it and how much is he going to attack them then? That's what I'm hoping to see. I'll let you guys talk about it. Thanks, guys.
Eloy,
That's a good point.
It is a great point. And if he doesn't win, how motivated will he be when he goes up against SGA? I think he's going to try to prove a point. And the fact that he said last night, one of the three reasons, because he was asked to give three reasons, was the guy I'm in a race with, we've kicked their ass 3 times. We're better than them. Point blank. I mean,
and I'm fine with that.
Yeah,
I'm fine with that. Okay, you want to stick it to them. Look at the record. That's fine. I have no problem with that. Again, though, I want him laser focused on one thing at this point in time, because I just think everything else will take care of itself. And it pisses me off that reporters are trying to bait this young man into answers this way. And that's what they're doing, because they ask nobody else that same question.
G. Murph, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Hey, first I want to know, did Joe get fiberglass in his underwear or something? Like what?
Wow.
Why are you so irritable today, man?
It's a day that ends in Y. Come on.
I'm in a good mood.
But look,
I'm in a good mood, man.
Right. But realistically, though, man, like so many others have said, with the change of the guard, if you will, with Mitch Johnson coaching the Spurs, they ushered in a new attitude era of Spurs basketball. Normally, we wouldn't even get much conversation from the Spurs in the media. So for these guys to go out and tell you how they feel, yeah, I want this, yeah, I want that, I'm gonna go for it. Then while you're saying that you need to see that he's laser focused, when is the last time that you saw an NBA player cry about winning a regular season basketball game? Did you see how hard he played in the in-season tournament? Wemby wants to win, and he made that clear when he got drafted for San Antonio. There is no other need of him to prove that. And as far as the team concept is concerned, every time they ask him a question, we're locked in, we're focused, we trust each other, we believe in each other. How many more times does he need to tell you he's a team player and believes in this team?
Yeah, Joe.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, G. Murph.
Thanks, G. Murph. I mean, look, I get where he's coming from, and I do believe that Wemby wants to win. I just think that there are perceptions when you're up on a podium that could be better. And and again, you've got what, 12 other guys on this team, and I want to hear him talk about that.
But I do, and I agree, and he does compliment his teammates a lot. What he said last night is getting a ton of headlines because, one, you don't hear it from any athlete very often, that kind of directness. But he's very thoughtful in all of his answers, which is why I think so many people one, he's an interesting dude. He's doing things on the court that we haven't seen before. Every night, it's a holy crap, what did I just see? And I mean, as tall as he is, like that block last night, I mean,
nobody else could do that.
Nobody else could do that because nobody else is 14 feet tall, right? I mean, it's insane. But at the same time, when you look at the curiosity factor that he has and how he talks about that, his lifestyle, his upbringing, I mean, he's a different dude.
He's very different. And that's where we let our nostalgia take over too much sometimes. Wanting him to go down into the paint and be a bruiser like old school centers were. That's not his game. It's not. But he's physical. He's tough. He's mentally strong. I don't know if anybody's paid attention to any Wemby press conferences before this where he's had talks about different things, his players, hyping them up. He earlier this year was hyping up Keldon Johnson for Sixth Man of the Year during one of his press conferences. I want to say it was in like January when he was under serious consideration for the first time. And in terms of wanting him to win championships, I don't think since Wemby stepped foot in San Antonio or into the NBA, it doesn't matter where he was going, that it hasn't been about championships. And you could tell so because here's an interview of when he first touched down, and one of the things he noticed was there's a lot of empty space next to those banners.
Have you?
I like the projection.
Is that something you noticed? Like when you first time you walked in?
Yeah. Because in the old facility there wasn't any more space available, so it was it's doesn't really mean anything, but I want to put all our chances to our side. So I'm glad that once we fill them up, we need to make new ones.
Wants to hang the banners because he noticed there were spots that more would fit in the new Victory One Capital Center where the new headquarters is located. And he noticed the difference in all the banners and how they were hung in the old one and now the new one out there at the Rocket Lock and Terra. He also said some things like this.
Emphasis is always going to be on winning and helping my teammates, making my teammates better as much as I can. I mean, I would want to win every game, of course, but go to the playoffs and we're not gonna build something great by saying we want to win the championship or really go to the playoffs. It's set a new brick every day, and then we'll build the house.
Building the house towards the championship, and he is constantly on the record saying multiple things about how bad he wants to win and how bad he wants. The problem is, like the caller said, he wants to win at everything, whether it's individual, singular, whatever it is. And you cannot tell me the way that his team rallies around him individually as a person that they don't believe that he is not there for them to build them up as well. And he has at every turn. This is Extra Innings with Pledger. I am James Pledger right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Of course, you can always catch us on YouTube at SA Sports Star. You can drop your comments in there. And I'll tell you what, I love the honesty from Wemby, because when we have to break down Dak Prescott or different players around the league, sometimes it just gets monotonous because you know what they're going to say before they say it. And having something fresh, unique, different, what feels like actual perspective. It's a breath of fresh air, and I think it's something that has helped to lift this team to being number 2 in the West, competing for number 1, and yes, eyes on a championship. There are just other things that he can also collect along the way, and he wants to collect them all. It's like Pokemon. He wants to get them all. This is Extra Innings with Pledger. I am James Pledger here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. When we come back, Sweet 16 right around the corner. Thursday, you can catch all of the action right here on San Antonio Sports Star. early look at what's going to be happening Thursday and Friday in those Sweet 16 games, which you can catch right here on your home for the NCAA tournament, San Antonio Sports Star. That's next here on Extra Innings with Pleasure on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
I'm worth more.
You bet I'm worth more.
I'm worth a little more.
We completely agree. At GiveMeTheVIN.com, you are worth more, and your car's worth more. And we want to pay more for good cars at Give Me the VIN, because they are worth more, and so are you. And remember, if we don't beat a deal from Carvana or CarMax, we'll pay you $100. For top price, trust, and ease of transaction, GiveMeTheVIN.com, America's best car buyer.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVIN.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
People. They're good. Good for laughs, for snorts, for cries, and goodbyes. People are good for doing nothing, or getting up to something. People are good for squad goals and squad. People are good for you. Jim Beam, best enjoyed together.
Jim Beam, Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, 40% alcohol by volume, 2026 James B. Beam Distilling Company, Claremont, Kentucky.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying two phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation, so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
On top of home and auto, Progressive protects your boat, RV, and motorcycle so you can explore the unknown.
Actually, we just take the RV to the same campground every year.
Well, maybe you can catch your own dinner on your boat.
Oh, we can actually get pizza delivered there from this brick oven place we love.
Will you at least try a new topping?
Honestly, probably not. We kind of have a go-to order.
Fine. Just bundle home or auto insurance with your outdoor vehicles with Progressive and stay protected when you go, I guess, where you've gone before. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations.
If you've been thinking about buying a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, think Ancira.com. Browse through thousands of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, SUVs, and RVs. Shop for your next new Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Ford, Buick, or GMC. Looking for an import? We have a huge selection of Kias, VWs, and Nissans. For your home away from home, a full line of RVs and campers. And you'll always get the lowest Ancira price in-store or online at Ancira.com.
San Antonio's newest sports headquarters is Novo Brewery. We're talking over 80 feet of massive video walls, a lineup of craft beers, and hard kombucha on tap. Novo Brewery, juicy, thick-cut ribeye steaks, picanha prime sirloin, Brazilian empanadas, stacked burgers, and more. Novo Brewery, built for fans, friends, and full-on game day energy. Novo Brewery, attached to North Star Mall with late hours. Check out the menu and taps at novobrew.com. That's novobrew.com.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying two phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation, so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
CureSearch.org. You're not as alone as you feel.
94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Welcome back into Extra Innings with Pledger here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I am James Pledger. Appreciate y'all riding along with me, however y'all may be riding along, whether that's online, on YouTube, or on the radio. It is much appreciated. It's been a lot of debate surrounding Wemby. And apparently it has led this man to call in to defend one Dak Prescott. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776 if you want to be a part of the conversation. Martin, welcome into Extra Innings with Pledger. What's going on, my man?
Hey, man, like you're right. If Romo would have had a defense, he would have had at least 1 or 2 Super Bowls. If Dak had a defense, maybe 1 or 2, and this is how old I am. If Danny White, if that team didn't get old on him, and people forget, they always show the catch, but that wasn't the moment. After that, San Francisco scored that touchdown, Drew Pearson caught a pass, and they showed where the guy grabbed him in the jersey and tackled him.
Mm-hmm.
If you would have missed that, what would have happened if it wasn't a Super Bowl? I think Dallas's history would have been different. You know, they would have kept him. And who knows, you know, there might not have been no Jerry Jones.
Maybe, maybe not, but
so
right now,
work out right.
Right now, I can tell you, Jerry's moving different this offseason. It feels right, and it feels like he's taken the proper steps, and he has addressed a lot of needs throughout the day, including another cornerback today and somebody who had multiple pass breakups and interceptions for the Super Bowl champion Seattle Seahawks. So
yeah, but
they're just addressing needs. They still have one gaping need at linebacker, but they're all out there in force talking to, whether it was Christian Parker, Brian Schottenheimer, at the Longhorn Pro Day with Anthony Hill.
Yeah, but they need another Manster. You know who that is, right?
I know the Manster.
And guess who's back in the Sweet 16?
Yep.
Yep.
I appreciate the phone call, Martin.
And they got a lot of experience in that. We'll talk to you later.
Take it easy, my man. Yeah, I mean, look, Dak Prescott takes a lot of slings and arrows. Some are deserved. He's had seasons where I crushed him for his interceptions. I have eased on him because he has played better. Last year, this past season, he played fantastic. His defense let him down, and there's no other way around that. But the offense did go through its scoring droughts as well. And so he's not completely off the hook, but part of that's play calling. Part of that's getting away from the run game. There are multiple factors and multiple fingers that you can point in any instance of any game. With any player. Rarely is it just the one over anything else. And I look at it as the ability to be able to see through what your preconceived notions of things are. We all have a preconceived notion of how Jerry Jones operates, how the Cowboys have been run in the past. Like, remember, Jerry's always spending money in free agency. That narrative carried through well after Brandon Carr when they didn't touch free agents or spend big or make bold moves like that. So this preconceived notion that everybody has of Jerry Jones and what he's been doing, he has moved differently this year. And you have to give him his credit for how differently he has moved from leaning on Brian Schottenheimer being in on the interviews and the meetings and the multiple position coach meetings they had, the hiring of Christian Parker, the filling out of that staff, which is all very young with no ties to Jerry Jones previously, like all previous staffs have had. And then going out in free agency and making moves and trying to make splashes like Max Crosby, but also being able to go and sign to Jalen Thompson and to address the needs at hand that the Cowboys have. And he has checked and plugged boxes all along the way. Whether it's training for Rashawn Gary to help solve the edge rusher, whether it is the corners or even the addition of safety, like they have made their adjustments. And that is a much, much more talented defense. And I believe it will be much, much better coached going into this year. Because one thing we've heard from Brian Schottenheimer down through Christian Parker, it's about teaching and teaching in different ways because not everybody learns the same way. And I think that's very important. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. You want to be a part of the conversation. Sweet 16's right up ahead. We got your quick look ahead coming up when we come back on Extra Innings with Pleasure on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
When you're vacationing in your RV, there are some things you can always count on. Taking the kayaks out on the lake, hot dogs on the grill, and your sister's boyfriend pulling out his acoustic guitar.
Everyone quiet! Harrison's playing. Wow, you're so good, Harrison.
With Progressive, your RV is protected 24/7, so you're prepared for whatever you don't see coming. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, not available in D.C.
Ahoy, matey! Is that a new phone? Aye, Captain, that's my new Samsung Galaxy S25 FE. You must have paid a pretty doubloon for that. Nay, 'twas zero down from Cricket Wireless. So, you plundered it. Nay, again, 'tis a monthly payment plan with BreadPay. You're shivering me timbers. I shiver you not. Me first payment is next month. Aye, that's not a plunder. That's a steal.
Get a new Samsung Galaxy S25 FE for $0 down when you pay over time with BreadPay. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Subject to approval of credit application. BreadPay loans are made by Comenity Capital Bank and Bread Financial Company.
My perfect day has sand, salt water, and friends. But my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can take me out of the moment. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, most people saw 90% clearer skin, and many were even 100% plaque-free at 4 months. Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
On the battlefield, there's a saying America's military men and women live by. Never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Off the battlefield, Wounded Warrior Project operates with the same goal. Wounded Warrior Project was created to help our men and women returning home with the scars of war, whether those scars are physical or mental. Wounded Warrior Project. We never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Learn more about what we do at woundedwarriorproject.org.
Think about this. In 2006, $20,000 equaled roughly 33 ounces of gold at the spot price. At today's prices, those 33 ounces would be worth over $150,000. Smart Americans diversify a portion of their savings into precious metals. That's why I buy gold from Birch Gold Group. It's a crucial part of my balanced strategy. Gives me peace of mind given all the events that could impact the U.S. economy. See if holding gold in a tax-sheltered retirement account is right for you too. Birch Gold can help you convert an existing IRA or 401k into an IRA in gold. Just text my name, Dan, to the number 989898 to receive your free info kit on gold. There's no obligation, just useful information. With an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau and tens of thousands of happy customers, let Birch Gold help you diversify with gold. Now that's peace of mind. Text Dan to 989898 Again, text my name, Dan, to the number 989898 today. Message and data rates apply.
A message from Tia Mori, actress and Fair Celebrity Ambassador.
Game day isn't staged, it's lived. It's the shopping, the cooking, the laughter. For families managing food allergy, that same spirit of preparation means everything. Because food allergy isn't a lifestyle, it's a serious, life-threatening disease that can change everything in a moment. But being ready changes the story. It's knowing the signs, having a plan, and carrying epinephrine everywhere life takes you. Epinephrine is the only treatment that can stop a severe food allergy reaction known as anaphylaxis. It works quickly to reverse the symptoms and can save lives. As families and friends gather for the big game, we see what community looks like. It's one built on awareness, care, and love in action. Because readiness doesn't take away the risk. It brings back the joy. When you're ready to act, you're ready to live.
Visit foodallergy.org/ready to act to learn more.
We're with Bridget, whose husband won't be home for months, and whose daughter is due any day. We're with Mike, who's leaving home to protect his family and yours. We're with all service members and their families who need community, connection, and maybe a bit of magic. Are you with them? Learn more at uso.org today.
It's Extra Innings with Pledger on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Welcome back into Extra Innings with Pledger here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I am James Pledger. Appreciate y'all riding along with me tonight as we take you up till the top of the hour. And there are some great matchups as we get ready to start the NCAA tournament for the second week. And in the second week, that is the Sweet 16. That is the Elite Eight. And it's getting good, guys, because some of these matchups, now, your quote-unquote Cinderella with 11th seed Texas, they are taking on 2 seed Purdue. And Purdue, just a really, really good team and a great basketball conference when you're talking about the Big East. And my questions come down to, can Texas maintain not just their ability to attack and control the glass, but just hit shots the way that they have in the first couple of rounds? And I think that's going to be all important. But that's the game that starts off our week right here on San Antonio Sports Star. Like I said, we are your home for the NCAA tournament. You can catch it all right here. It all begins starting at 6 o'clock on Thursday with that Texas-Purdue game. On that same side of the bracket, you got Arizona and Arkansas. And my goodness, you talk about what a matchup to be had right there between two great programs. And Arkansas just playing extremely well. Then you got between the blue blood of Duke and then just having Rick Pitino out at St. John's and what he's done with that program, including their upset over 4th-ranked Kansas. And then you look at Michigan State and UConn, and you talk about blue bloods with Hurley and Izzo and a Sweet 16 appearance between the two. That's just, it's made for TV, some of these matchups. And then you go down with Nate Oates and Alabama taking on Michigan, and Alabama can just run between them and Arkansas. I mean, there's just, especially with Acuff and the Acuff's new deal with Reebok when you're talking about Arkansas. But man, I think Michigan, Alabama is going to be an incredibly high scoring, great game. And that's finished off with Tennessee, Iowa State closing out your weekend. And then on the other side of the bracket, you have Iowa and Nebraska as the 4th seed Nebraska making their run into the Sweet 16. And I low-key kind of really like Nebraska in this tournament as one of those Cinderella's lower seeds that could sneak in. I don't have them in my bracket, I've got Duke taking on Iowa State. So that tells you where I'm at. But the more and more I watch in Nebraska, the more and more I love of Nebraska. And then you've got Houston and Illinois, and they played one hell of a game. I remember watching at Pete's place was it the Elite Eight to get to the Final Four that was here in San Antonio? I mean, Houston has had, with Underwood, great matches. Sampson, Underwood, just fantastic match. Big 10 versus Big 12, two of the best basketball conferences in all the country and two of the better programs in each of them, including what I think is the best team in the Big 12 in Houston. And that's no slight to Arizona because they have been and proved to be the best this year. We have our hands full for a great Thursday, Friday, and you can catch it all right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star because we are your home for the NCAA tournament. Guys, I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Thanks for tuning in. We can't wait to talk to y'all tomorrow. Don't forget, start your morning with Rob and AJ, 6 o'clock on the Morning Huddle. Then Jason and Joe will take you home from 2 to 6. Remember, call your loved ones, check on them. You never know what people are going through in life, and a simple, hey, how are you doing, can change everything. This has been Extra Innings with Pleasure right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Flight by Yingling is the presenting sponsor of the 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Spring Golf Tournament on March 30th, and they're giving you the chance to win big. Register now to win a set of custom golf clubs valued at $2,800. Imagine hitting the course with custom clubs while enjoying a crisp Flight by Yingling, just 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. Head to yingling.com/golf to enter. No purchase necessary. Must be 21 or older to win. Enjoy responsibly. DG Yingling & Sons, Pottsville, Pennsylvania.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AED